Hello, fellow movie crusaders, and welcome to another episode of Sean's Movie Crusades. My name's Sean Waskrug, and today we're going to be reviewing the controversial film that was supposed to come out last year, but ended up getting released on video basically last month, and that is The Hunt. Now, when I heard of this movie coming out last year, I mean, it just kind of looked like not a normal film, because obviously it's not a normal film. But, I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with the film per se, but then obviously some real-world stuff happened. I'm not going to say which thing happened that led to it, but because of the events of that horrific incident, the movie got basically canned, and they said they weren't going to release it because it was in bad taste, even though this has nothing to do with that situation. But I guess they decided that because of all the COVID-19 stuff, let's just dump the movie out in March instead of September of last year and see if we can try to make some money off it. But then obviously because of the COVID-19 stuff, it was only in theaters for basically a week until all the theaters shut down. So then it got released to video on demand, and here we are. But yeah, I mean, the general plot basically of The Hunt is you have these, was it 8? It's like 8 to 10 or 12. I don't know. I lost track. Shows you how well this review is going to go, because that's how the movie goes. These random people just get dropped into the woods. They're gagged and they're basically left there, and then they find a box full of weapons. And once they get to the box, they start getting shot at. What you find out is that basically these rich people are hunting them for sport, and it's up to them to try to survive and basically make it out alive. That is basically the the plot for The Hunt. What works? Frankly, not a lot. I really dislike this film. I was not a fan of this movie at all. Now, the movie just kind of drops you right into the middle of it with no build-up, no character developments whatsoever of any of these characters, and just kind of throws you right into it. Now, while that does sound kind of exciting, I actually kind of enjoyed that thought process of what they were going. The problem is that they literally kill off any character worth considering as a lead in this film. So pretty much anyone that you notice as, oh, I remember this person from this TV show, or from this movie, I like that person, I'm going to root for that person, boom, they're dead in the first 5 seconds. And basically it then starts to follow off on a character that you know from another TV show, and then boom, they die. And then it jumps to another character that you know from another TV show, and they die, and so on and so forth. There's no building of character throughout this film until we get to the actual main character, played by Betty Gilpin, who many people might know from the TV show Glow. She plays Crystal. And I like Betty. I think she's a great actress, especially on Glow, but oh my God, her performance in this is not good. She's got weird tics that she just kind of does weird facial expressions. There's no explanations for her expressions to be like that. We're constantly being told one thing about her character, and then it's contradicted the next. You don't really quite know why her character is as good as what she is at certain things. It's just that the plot says she has to be good at defending herself, so there it is. It takes about an hour into the actual film before there's ever any explanation to what the heck is going on and why things are happening the way they are happening, which at that point, you need to take a whole hour of a film before you're finally going to tell me what the heck's going on in this movie. I've already lost interest in you. Yes, the action is very gory. It's very boom, 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 kind of get you kind of things. But once again, if you don't care about the characters that are dying in these films, then why should you matter? Which I get, you could probably say, Sean, well, how's that any different from a horror film when you have a bunch of teenagers who randomly die? Here's the thing. With those characters, you actually get some character building with those characters in those horror films. You get to hang out with them for 5, 15, hell, even 20, 30 minutes, and you get to know those characters for a little bit before they are fed to the inevitable killer in a horror film. These characters, you get no build-up. You get no character development. You get 3 sentences out of them before they're either killed or are no longer seen on screen again because they die off screen. It's you're just watching random people just get shot up and killed, and some of them are actors or actresses you like, which just pisses you off when they finally die, and you're stuck watching the one character that's not likable, that is doing weird facial expressions throughout the film, and don't understand why. And then even then, they try to make Hilary Swank, who's the leader of this group that's hunting them, they try to make her hidden, like you're not supposed to know who she is, but the entire trailers building up to this film show you her face the entire time. Maybe that's because when they first did the trailers for the movie in September, they didn't show her face. I honestly can't remember if that was the case, but they constantly do the camera behind the back of the head shots. They don't want you to know it's her until the very end, which, okay, cool. It's Hilary Swank. Big deal. The only thing I actually really enjoyed about this film is the final 2 action sequences. I thought they were very well done. That doesn't mean that they worked for this film, but I thought they were choreographed and done pretty well. But the story itself makes no damn sense. The characters make no damn sense. Even the thought process to why they're doing what they're doing is so off the deep end of just ridiculously dumb that you're supposed to laugh at it and find it funny, and it's just stupid. It's not enjoyable in any sense. There was never a time in this film, outside of just watching some cool choreography fighting, was I going, oh, that was a cool spot, but I never enjoyed this film. I never enjoyed any of the performances in this film. There was not a single performance in this movie that I enjoyed outright. And I find it very hard. I honestly find it hard to believe that some people are actually liking this film, because there's no build, there's no story in this. It's just random people running around, getting killed, and then them trying to fight back. And then, like I said, an hour into it, you finally start to figure out some story elements of this film overall. But it's a bad hour and a half. I cannot recommend this film to anyone. It's easily right now the worst film of 2020 that I have seen so far. So going into my review score, The Hunt gets a 3 out of 10 from me. Like I said, I couldn't enjoy this film. I would never tell anyone to watch this film if they had to. I would say just read the synopsis and save yourself 90 minutes, because this film was not enjoyable. And like I said, I like a lot of the cast that is in this movie, but they're completely and utterly wasted for characters that aren't even remotely close to being interesting in the slightest. So I strongly do not recommend this film, and I hope you guys avoid this at all costs, because it was definitely not worth the 90 minutes that I wasted watching this film. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys feel like this review is worth sharing, go ahead and hit that share button. But most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to the channel so you guys stay up to date with all the latest reviews that pop up on Sean's Movie Crusades. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all the social media outlets you see below. Coming up next, like I said, we've got Bloodshot, we got Guns Akimbo, and we got My Spy coming out this Friday. So be on the lookout for the review for that on Thursday night or Friday night. I don't know if it comes out on Friday. I don't know if it's like movie theaters where you get them early on Thursday. If not, it'll be out Friday. But yeah, look out for those reviews and many more, as I'm trying to catch up and watch some of these films that are dropping on video on demand, since there are no theaters open currently. If there's a movie that's out right now that you guys want me to review that I have not mentioned already, feel free to leave them in the comments or message me at all the social media outlets you see below, and I will do my best to watch it and review it and put it on the channel for you to watch. But yeah, till next time, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Movie Crusaders.